we have studied about the principles of inheritance, under that about the law of dominance. So law of dominance states that for every Mendelian factor there are two alleles, and a allele may be dominant allele or a recessive allele. So dominant allele is that allele that will suppress the another allele, and the allele that gets suppressed is called as the recessive allele. Then we also have studied in that it is not a universal law, because some plants like snapdragon and mirabilis jalapa, in that the dominance is not complete and they show a phenomenon of incomplete dominance. Then the second law of in genetics as proposed by Mendel is a law of segregation. Today let us discuss about law of segregation. According to law of segregation, the alleles get separated during a gamete formation and then reunite during a fertilization. So in previous chapter reproduction we have discussed that during gamete formation like spermatogenesis and oogenesis, the chromosomes get separated. So they are the one which bear the alleles. So alleles get separated during the gamete formation and once again they reunite. So in fertilization we have studied the haploid cells, that is sperm and egg will fuse, then once again the diploid nature is re-established. So this is told by Mendel several years back, and it is known as a law of segregation, and this law is considered as a universal law. Mendel's third law is law of independent assortment. So according to law of independent assortment, the inheritance of one pair of genes is independent of inheritance of another pair. For example, in this diagram you can see that there are 4 chromosomes. Out of that, one chromosome is having capital A, another one small a, then the other two have a small capital B, small b. So during meiosis, when they separate, it may be capital A, B, or capital A, small b, or small a, capital B, or small a, small b. So 4 types of combinations are possible. These 4 types of combination, it is because of independent assortment. So that is why when we work out a dihybrid cross, we give 16 combinations in dihybrid cross, so that the various combinations are possible independent of each other. This is a dihybrid cross in which a round yellow seeded pea plant is crossed with the green wrinkled seed. So the gametes will be capital R, capital Y in parents, and in a recessive parent it will be small r, small y. And when the combination takes place, fertilization happens, then zygote will have capital R, capital Y, small y. Later, when this is self fertilization, that is pollination is done, then there will be 4 types of pollen grains having a capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, and small r, capital Y, and small r, small y. So also the egg, in gametogenesis we have studied one egg is produced and it may have capital R, capital Y, or capital R, small y, capital Y, small r, small y. So there are 4 into 4, that is 16 combinations are possible. So in this Punnett square, so you can see 16 combinations, and that doesn't mean that a plant will get 16 seeds. The seed may be having a feature of out of these 16 combinations. So the result of this combination is a phenotype ratio is 9:3:3:3:1, and the phenotype may be round yellow, round green, wrinkled yellow, or a wrinkled green. So this is dihybrid cross, which correctly supports all the three laws: law of dominance, law of segregation, and law of independent assortment. So let us see another example for dihybrid cross. In this cross, the tall and green is crossed with the tall and that is short and yellow. On crossing, F1 generation will be tall and green, that is heterozygous, capital T, small t, capital G, small g. So when selfing is done in these plants, once again you will get 4 types of the gametes: capital T, capital G, capital T, small g, small t, capital G, and small t, small g. And we will get 16 combinations: tall green, tall yellow, short green, and short yellow. So the ratio is, phenotypic ratio is 9:3:3:1, and the genotypic ratio is 1:2:1:4:2:1. So once again it proves that the three laws: law of dominance, law of segregation, and law of independent assortment. Though these are the basic laws of inheritance, later on there are many deviations were found out by the scientists. One of the deviations we have already studied, the incomplete dominance in case of the snapdragon or Antirrhinum majus. In our next class we will study about these deviations from Mendel's law. Thank you.